Lunchtime, kids!
Yum, 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 yum.
Hello, friends. It's lunchtime.
And take two. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Sorry I got off to a late start today. We were preparing for our challenge we're doing. We're doing the spicy noodle challenge.
Yes.
And, time got away from us. We were planning this, and we had to warm everything up, get everything ready. But now we're ready to go. A little bit late, but don't worry. We're still going to do the challenge. We have a full show today. I have a lot of things coming up. So as we wait for the noodles to come in, how anxious are we about the spicy noodle challenge?
Okay, I have been discounting this challenge every step of the way. I don't think it'll be too spicy. I'm not particularly exceptional with hot food. Usually if I go to like a wing joint, I order like the flavor. I don't go for like something atomic or like crazy burn your face off hot.
Right.
But for some reason, I'm going to be honest, ramping up the show here, I'm a little anxious, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the mystery of the unknown. Maybe it will melt my face off. I have no idea. Matt, what do you think?
I think I agree. Going into this thing, I thought no big deal. We were checking it out this morning, and there was this. We looked up the Scoville, or you looked up the Scoville count.
Yeah.
And it falls somewhere around like a hot jalapeno, probably.
See, so I think we have our Scovilles different, because when I looked it up on the Scoville thing, it said it was going to be, it was around like 4 times hotter than a Serrano.
Okay.
But a Serrano's not necessarily that hot.
It's not doable.
Right,
It's doable, but 4 times
4 times that.
is unpleasant.
Right. It's going to be painful. How are you with hot food, Matt?
I love it. I love hot food.
You love hot food?
Yeah. Now, I mean, I'm not a masochist. I don't like go for the stuff that's going to melt your mouth.
Sure.
But I tend to like spicier food than, I won't say most people, but most of the people I know, like I tend to be on the spicier side.
Young Joshua, where are you with this?
I go for as hot as it goes. So we have a favorite like little Thai place that we go to.
Yeah.
A little Thai place. So whenever we do that, I always get the Thai hot.
Thai hot.
So they have like levels 1 through 5, and then they have like hey, treat me like I'm an actual like Thailander.
Sure.
I'm not sure if that's the term they call themselves.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Right.
But so you say I want it Thai hot, and that's like the wink.
And
like,
they also, I think a lot of places will say, "Are you sure you really want to do that?"
I'm like, yeah.
Like, are you sure, American boy, that you really want to do this?
Only twice has that ever backfired. Where I think it was even hotter than Thai hot. I think they were like trying to teach me a lesson.
Did they indicate this with like
what's up.
peppers on the side of the menu? Like, here's 3 peppers for really hot. Here's 4 for like burnt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, this goes up to 5. So they add the chilies in like 1 scoop, 2 scoop, 3 scoop, and then I think like Thai hot is like 6 scoops.
Right.
And there was one time that I finished it, but it hurt. Like there was actual like physical pain involved, and it felt like my insides were just on fire the entire time.
I'm down for a good old fashioned like hot food challenge. If I go to a place where they have a thing on the menu like you have to sign a waiver before we bring this out to you, I get excited about something like that. But there's a fine line between flavor and misery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a subtle thing, and I'm big on the flavor, not so big on the misery. But
Sure.
I'm always down to try something new. Oh gosh.
So Anna, I just want to make sure we're clear on this. There were 4 cups, and then a 5th one.
Yes.
Did you grab the smallest 5th one?
Of course I did.
Okay, because what we were going to do
for
is
you.
whoever ate it the slowest had to eat the 5th one.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I got it.
Oh.
Oh,
So
so
it's
we're
a
eating
bonus.
this whole thing.
So Anna's eating a smaller portion than the rest.
all right.
Do
know if
y'all want to
is that-
allow
is
that
that
and
on
just have an
camera?
extra?
I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
What do you think, Matt? Come on, you're in the control room.
Part of the question is, how long is this gonna take us? Do we need to go to a commercial break or
know.
a music break while we finish this stuff?
I think here's the deal. We'll start eating it now live. And then we can, after a couple bites, we can go to break. We'll leave the cameras on, but just be playing music.
Yeah.
While we
Right.
get ready for the next segment and finish our bowls.
You got the package in there? Let me hold that up for anybody that doesn't see it.
I have a picture of
come
the package that I
you
can
got a
put
picture?
on
Oh,
the
perfect.
on the stream. One
Throw it
moment,
on. Yeah.
if you don't mind.
Okay.
And
Rachel,
this
go ahead.
is what we're eating here. I'll put it up on the big screen for you guys
You got it?
to see.
These are people just eating it that are miserable.
Yeah, this is what we've got here.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I feel relatively confident. I noticed last night that this little chicken is holding a bomb.
He is.
Of some sort.
Yeah,
so I don't know if that's more or less threatening. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
He's
Yeah,
injured
not
his
sure.
chicken foot. Notice this is halal.
Yeah.
So for any of us out
I was
there
reading that too,
who
yeah.
eat kosher, we got your back.
And full disclosure, this isn't the spicy noodle challenge. Because the actual spicy noodle challenge is you have to eat all 6 packages
What?
at one time. And that's just, not
That's
only is
excessive.
it hot, it's just not, I don't want to have 6 packages of ramen in one
Yeah.
setting.
Yeah, that's
No
the whole
one-
I
show.
can barely eat one by myself.
Yeah.
What's the deal?
So no, you eat it quick. Like, there was some woman here who I saw on YouTube, and she ate it in like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, she did not look ladylike at all eating it, but
So
I don't think any of us will.
before we get started,
Oh.
yeah.
I spent a little time prior to the show.
Oh, please, yeah, good.
And made us a special
Oh, please do.
intro package for this special occasion.
Go for
so, folks, I hope you enjoy this. Here we go.
So bad. This is so bad. Why did I do it? How did you do it? I mean, this is very hot. Oh,
Oh, so spicy. I think me and the toilet are gonna have to talk after this.
All right, so
course.
that's taken from a number of different people who were doing the challenge across
How
the YouTube.
long did that take you to put that together? how much time out of the work
Too
did you
long,
devote
but not
to
long
that?
enough. I don't know. 15 minutes, I would say.
The pain is
not
real from that person screaming. You
That
can
sounds
tell.
legitimate. Yeah. Oh
It
gosh, for people
does.
watching.
Okay.
Yeah. This
So-
one's to you. For anybody
All right.
Oh
who
my
doesn't,
god.
that's what that looks like. It
My
probably
worry-
looks more appetizing in person than
Yeah.
however it looks
Yeah.
on stream. Yeah, it looks all right.
My worry with this is that it's not heated all the way through. Not that I don't have any faith in you, Anna.
It's
But
cooked.
like cold noodle. Well, no, I know it's cooked, but
I
like
can feel my mug being hot.
temperature.
My mug's
yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
cold
not
noodles just
spice,
gross me out, right?
temperature,
Like
right.
if,
Oh, it'll just gross you. Okay.
Okay. We all just gonna go for it
Yeah,
here? What's
whose camera is going to be
I think
on?
we should all go one at a time so we can get the first
gonna
bite.
say,
do I take
yeah.
the first bite?
Okay.
All right, so we want to go around the table and then to me.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'll start first.
Please, after
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Go for a heaping portion here. All right, he's spinning the fork.
This is like an execution. I have to
That's a
watch all
big
of you
bite.
get.
That's a good bite. That's solid. Initial impressions. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, all right. That's good. All right.
All right.
Great. Yeah. Let me.
Go on, killer.
Gosh. Yeah. I gotta one up Josh's bite, whatever that was. Yeah. This is. Oh gosh, they just fall right off your fork. It's a little warm. Oh yeah, that's creeping in. Mm-hmm. Anna,
All right, I'm gonna get the milk, which I brought milk.
I
close to me.
got water. That's what this is.
But
but-
apparently
Gosh, I don't
that
have
doesn't-
anything.
I'm gonna set that to the
Oh,
side. I don't want to
sorry,
be that
Matt.
guy.
I need to go get something at some point.
Oh my god.
Quick. All Anna's eating. Gosh, you can hear him swirling around in that cup. There you go. It's a good hearty bite.
Oh
Yeah,
my
good
God.
job, Anna.
Okay.
Everything a growing girl needs.
Oh, here we go.
That was a small bite, but I'll allow it.
Okay.
It's a small cup.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, my turn.
Oh.
I don't think it's okay.
I'm gonna do it.
I don't think it's
fine.
okay.
All right, here we go. Let me hold this up so the camera can see it.
Yeah.
You get a nice little twirl on the fork here. Gosh, if I go down, somebody's gonna have to come in here and run the show. Amanda. All right, here we go. Everybody can see
Yep.
in there.
Yep,
I have
yep.
a
All
nice
right, that's
forkful.
good. That's a forkful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's that first breath.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is anybody sweating
That-
yet?
That is hotter than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not intolerable.
No.
It stays.
I was just not ready for that.
I think the worse it's the more bites you
Right.
you get, the worse it gets.
That like linger.
Oh, then it gets on your lips.
it
That's-
adds
yeah.
on.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta avoid the lips. All right.
Gotta watch that.
So how do we want to do this? We
Yeah.
want to
We'll go to break and we'll
kill the
then rock
mics and
it
we'll.
through.
What if we scream badly? You want to?
Oh, by the way, how's the temperature on yours? Is it all right?
It's all right. It's a little lukewarm.
Mine's a little lukewarm.
Yeah. It could be
That's
warmer,
Portuguese
but
lukewarm, apparently.
No, it's fine.
all right. So we'll leave the cameras up.
Yep, and you can just switch back and forth, and
Sure.
we'll go to break.
I'll just
So,
cycle through.
Perfect.
here you go. Coming back, we're going to be talking about things that annoy me, and also we have not related to things that annoy me later on in the show. We have a special guest in Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
Can we get them in
who
now?
Did not bring ice cream.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Come on.
That
Send
was,
him home.
That was the pairing.
I was waiting
That
for
was the
that.
pairing.
Go
Get into
with
that
it.
next. Ben & Jerry's next after the spicy noodle challenge.
Yeah.
You want to give me a little music here?
I got the mic.
go
I
ahead.
got
Had it.
Should I mute the mics, you think? Probably.
Yeah. Probably.
Give me the milk.
There we go. I'm back. I think I was first done. Zach?
Yeah, you got all the noodles not in there? Let me
Yep.
take a gander. Hey, okay, you got a couple, but you're good.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Matt, what's
That's a
your,
finish. I'll take it.
Matt,
Yeah.
what's your situation?
Matt, how's it going in there?
I've got a few bites left. I think the harder part for me is just eating a bunch of noodles at once.
Right. They slip off the
I'm
fork.
typically a slow eater.
And you had to switch video. You were in there, actually. Yeah.
Sure, I was in here doing work.
We
while
just
you
had to
guys
eat.
were-
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite post was from Rachel, who said, Matt, is this the time that you want to be complaining about being a noodle snob as we're shoving spicy hot
Right.
into our face? Man, that's uncomfortably warm.
Definitely a change from.
I feel bad for Anna. She seems like you don't have to finish if you don't want to.
I feel
wanna
very-
tap out.
I finished. It's done.
I feel very
God.
good for Anna. Anna climbed a mountain today, all right? We all took it easy. Anna had it hard. She did something
don't know.
tough. I respect you.
Mine
Anna.
is like half of you guys, but I can't take spice, so this is one
No,
for the
it's so
team.
bad.
Yeah.
Which one of us is the most flush? I feel like it's me.
I don't know. I can feel myself sweating in here.
Yeah. It's a
Milk
little warm.
anyone? Milk anyone?
I'm good.
Nice moves on the red lights. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. No, had to make it hot in there.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
And I forgot to grab.
I will.
Yeah.
What are we grabbing?
Hunter Rose from Ben & Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's. No ice cream, you said?
I had no ice cream. Yeah.
What are we doing here? No, really.
I could
no.
use some right now.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what his recommendation would be for post-burn ice cream.
So
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
the spicy challenge. The flavor's actually pretty good. I actually don't mind the flavor.
I like it to a certain extent. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's. And maybe it's just the fact that I just keep eating these noodles, but it sticks with you for a while.
Yeah, it is. It is warm.
But the flavor is pretty good.
Yeah, compared to something like just traditional, like $2 for $1 ramen noodles, like March and chicken, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'd argue this is a little something. Gives you a little bit more, more punch. But you can't microwave these.
Go ahead and grab those headphones, Hunter. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
We are disappointed there's no ice cream right now.
It's all right.
Because our faces are red,
Truly could
we're
use
sweating, our mouth's on fire.
I don't want to say we organized this whole thing around ice cream, but
I don't know that you'd be able
the
to actually
timing was
taste
so
the-
perfect. Ben and Jerry's following
Yeah,
the heat
well,
challenge. Yeah,
I was
it
like,
couldn't
thank
be better.
goodness.
Well, we brought Ben & Jerry's in today, one, because it's a phenomenal place to go to grab a scoop, but also tomorrow is a big event, Free Cone Day.
Exactly. Yeah, Free Cone Day is something that we do once a year. We've been doing it since the very first year that Ben & Jerry's was in business. And it was actually a way for them to celebrate that they stayed in business for the first year because they opened up in. You are still crying.
I'm not crying. I'm sweating. My eyes are sweating. I'm not crying.
Your eyes are sweating.
Yeah.
So in any case, they opened up in the Burlington, Vermont area, and if you can think about how cold it is typically in Vermont, for them to stay open for a year in that first year was a big deal. So if they stayed in business, they said that they were going to hold the largest ice cream social that Burlington had ever seen, and they called it Free Cone Day.
Free Cone Day.
Free Cone Day.
Yep.
And so we've been doing it since 1979, and now we do it worldwide. We'll be doing it at every scoop shop, certainly in America, but now we're global. So we'll be giving out well over 1 million scoops that day.
Walk us through kind of the caveats of Free Cone Day, because I feel like typically when a business offers something like that, there's some rules, right? It's one scoop. Are you specific to a flavor? Can you get a waffle cone, or is it normal? I mean, where do we land here?
We don't do the waffle cones that day just because the logistics of it. They take about a minute to a minute and a half.
There's nothing
to make.
wrong with good old fashioned cone. I personally, I think the waffle cone's a little overrated, but that's a topic for another time.
So we'll do we'll do cones if you want them. We serve a lot of cups.
Yeah.
And we give one scoop, any flavor. So try something new.
Yeah.
If you want more than one scoop, you can
tack it
go
on.
through the lines.
All right. Yeah.
And it's the fairer way to do it.
That's exactly what that is. That's the fair, like, reasonable way you would think it would go. I can get behind that.
Although it
Although.
has been known, because we partner with the Susan G. Komen Foundation.
That's great.
Because nobody's paying for the ice cream, so if they feel charitable, they can drop $1 or so inside the bucket.
Yeah.
If you give a donation, we've been known to add on extra ice cream in your first time around.
It's the pro tip for everybody checking out Free Cone Day.
pro tip.
Hey.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I'll actually be there, being a scooper. So if you find me, and that's my pro tip.
Celebrity scooper.
Always find the big guy. The big guy gives you what he thinks is a serving size. Don't find the scrawny kid.
Yeah,
Not
you
an
don't
ice
want to
cream
trust
scoop.
a skinny ice cream guy.
Yeah, no. Find the big guy. He's the one that's going to give you a hearty scoop.
Sure.
That's the pro tip. In any ice cream shop you go into, any Ben & Jerry's, find the big guy. Ma'am, sir, you're the one that's going to be giving me my scoop.
Do you consider yourself a generous scooper?
It's actually surprisingly hard.
You got to get in there.
Yeah, it really takes some wrist effort. I don't know how, what the health plan is for carpal tunnel, but I scrape and scrape and scrape, and it's just so. But then again, they come in and they have their little things that they do, and they break it up, and it's always a perfect little ball of ice cream. I don't know how.
Really?
I think it's just over time. You know who used to work for Ben & Jerry's?
Who?
And for Hunter, Dallas Crilly, our very own,
Really?
Real News PR employee, Dallas Crilly. He would be one of the skinny kids I wouldn't trust scooping out my ice cream.
Right. Dallas was fantastic as an employee.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
You got to have some arm strength.
You sound
there,
so surprised. Really?
Well, okay, let's be clear. Dallas Crilly,
don't say.
only employee at this company who wears a tie to work every day.
That's
all right,
true.
like the rest
Every
of us
day.
phoning in with the button-ups.
Yeah.
He comes in looking
Touche.
fresh. Yeah, he comes correct. All right, so excuse me for
probably
thinking the
also-
one guy who's arguably more professional than any of us
Probably,
worked at an ice cream shop. What
Probably
do I
also
know?
one of the only straight A students I had
Yeah.
as an employee.
Dallas knows what's good. We should get him on the show sometime.
Yeah.
Shoot.
It starts at 10 o'clock.
We're going to start at noon,
Noon.
and we'll go till 8.
Okay, so my time is from 4 until 5. So I'll be there 4 to 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Doling out. If you can't make it 4 to 5, that's fine. Anytime between noon and 8, show up. A ton of celebrities are going to be out there scooping ice cream.
21 celebrity scoopers this year. In fact,
wow.
the time slot that you're going to be with, I think you've got a couple of American Idols that you're scooping
Makes
with.
sense. Nice.
A couple other radio stars. And,
Yeah.
You know.
So
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the love, and next time there's a free sample or a new
I'll come
flavor,
back. I'll
a
come
new
back.
flavor,
Yeah.
come on back. We'd be more than happy to be guinea pigs and try it
Absolutely.
out.
Do you have a favorite flavor right now?
My wife. So if I'm ever, so another one of those.
She likes coffee, right?
Yeah, she has coffee, buzz.
Right.
If I'm ever in trouble,
Yeah.
let's go and get a pint of coffee, buzz.
Coffee, buzz.
Everything is forgotten.
I think you've got us on speed dial for that. Down
I
there.
do, yeah.
You
I've-
get in
I
trouble
actually-
a lot.
I told the story before. One time, y'all got, or maybe it was you, sent a press release to my previous job at iHeart.
Yes.
And it said, "Hey, we're doing a free scoop day in Plano. It's the Ben and Jerry's at by Josh's house." This was like 3 years ago, and the PR people loved that. Like, Josh, how often do you go to Ben and Jerry's?
Yeah.
That he's quoting you in the press release as, "Oh, it's the one by Josh's house."
Right.
Everybody knows that one.
They're like, "Josh, where do you live? We got to send people over there." Like, all right, calm down, everyone, calm down. So I appreciate the love. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to going out there tomorrow. Please come out. Get a free scoop of ice cream plus. Throw a couple of shekels into a box.
Yep.
It all goes for a good
It's
cause.
gonna be crazy. There's gonna be
Win-win.
18,000 people between the two stores.
Yeah, really.
Showing up. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Lines out the door.
Yeah,
It is.
and the city of Plano declares it as National Free Cone Day or Citywide Free Cone Day.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
I got to figure out how I can get out of here and have Josh slide me a scoop.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
need someone to do social media
It's a
while
good
I'm there.
point.
Yeah, so
Somebody's got to take photos.
I mean, if we could close the shop down a little bit early.
somebody's got to be a part of this.
Yeah.
right.
So,
All right.
Right, thanks so much, Hunter. We're going to come back from break, and we're going to be talking about things that annoy me. And
I finished
think-
my noodles, by the way.
Oh, there you go, finally.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm
Matt's
good.
going to jump in with a fight that he had later on involving
yeah.
MMA. So all that and more coming back on the lunch break show. Back. Hello, everyone. We are getting underway. So I have a segment called "The Things I Know." Zach is making a hot mess in the background here. Things that annoy me. And
Besides Zach spilling coffee?
No, that's totally fine. The things that
Thank you, Anna.
yeah, the things.
Yeah.
Like, so when we come in every day before the show, we go through and we read headlines and we read different stuff, and things like pop out. I was like, that just kind of annoys me, and I get annoyed if you ask anyone pretty easy.
This could be a regular segment.
Yeah, I think so, because between the four of us, there's stuff that just annoys us daily.
Sure.
Right.
So this is what I saw today, and again, the most unnecessary study known to man.
All right.
And so
Okay, here we go.
they spent a few years getting this done, and it was for the American Heart Association, great organization. They do a lot of great work. But the newest study they found said that people would rather take a pill or drink green tea than do exercise for heart health.
You don't say.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they wasted a
Groundbreaking.
year and change to do a study to find that people would rather take a pill or drink green tea over exercise and dieting.
Hold on, this is a real study?
That's a real study. And they announced it like it was some sort of like, guys, we've put our finger on the pulse of America. Like, what in the world?
Unbelievable results on this latest survey.
You're not going to believe it. Yeah.
Go into any restaurant in America, ask 20 people, and you're done. That's it. That's the whole study.
That's the kind of thing you'd see on like that's a classic Onion headline, like just complete. Like, of course, who wouldn't arrive at that conclusion?
But not only one person thought of that and thought we need to pursue this.
Yeah.
More than one person, approved the funding for these studies. So I mean, it had to be a consensus at some point that all these people agree that we must do this.
This is worth looking
validate
into.
this point.
Yeah.
This sounds like some college student that like just needed to get a thesis
Yeah,
study
exactly.
out. Like, it's fine, just the easiest thing I could think of.
The punt is what that's called.
Yeah,
that is the easy give up, give away. That's what I would have done if I had to do a study. What would you rather do? Exercise or take a pill? Anyway, that was one of the things that annoy me. And then another article that I laughed at was stupid criminals.
Stupid criminals.
Oh.
Everybody loves them.
And he got really annoyed. He put the roof on someone's house, but then he got arrested.
What?
And he got arrested because the woman didn't pay her bill. Now, you're saying there's probably more to that story.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah. So when she didn't pay her bill, he went back to repossess her roof. So you can repossess a car.
Yeah.
You can repossess a boat.
Sure.
You can repossess a lot of things.
Yeah.
Apparently, and they've repossessed homes before, but apparently you can't repossess a roof. And so he went up there to take the roof off of the house that he has put on. Cops came in. Yeah, that was one of those more angry than logical.
Yeah.
Took the roof off, got arrested, and then is now out on a $45,000 bond.
See, I've heard of. Well, I guess I feel like I've heard that term before, but my assumption would be if you don't pay the guy who does your roof, there ought to be consequences, right? I mean, I would assume that they would either get to sue or maybe put a lien on your house. So if you try to go to sell it and you haven't paid for your roof, then that money has to go towards the roof or to the roofer before you get to claim any profit from your home or anything like that. But yeah, I've never heard of somebody just going up there and scraping the roof off and saying, I'm taking this back.
Somebody's got to be the first to climb that mountain. Somebody's got to be the first to say, somebody's got to be the first person on the moon, right? Somebody's got to be the first to repossess a roof.
Yeah.
And I can respect that the guy went for
Pushing
it.
new boundaries is hard. You may end up in jail.
It's true. You got to, you might end up with a $45,000 bond.
Yeah, it could happen. So apparently, again, like whenever I read stories like that, I go, "There's more to this." Like this wasn't more like a one-off. They had a handshake agreement, which, if you know anything about business, handshake agreements are not held up in court.
No.
That she wanted the roof done now, but would give him the money when her taxes came in.
He probably shouldn't have agreed to that.
No.
That
Yeah.
seems like a mistake.
So taxes came in. She had the cash, but didn't have a contract. Had a new roof, and so she said, "You know what? I'll give you half of what the new roof cost."
we know who the real criminal is here.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we got to the bottom of that. Who does that?
Yeah,
come on now.
Have a little.
Tell you what, now that you've done it, you get half. Like that's a shyster move.
it's a shyster move, but you know what? He learned a valuable lesson.
Get a contract.
Actually, some would say two valuable lessons.
Yep.
The first one, get a contract. The
Yeah.
second one he learned is don't steal a roof after you put it on there. So fun things. This is a segment we're going to start doing is called Something That Annoys Me and now Us. I like this segment. We're going to do it a lot more often.
You've shared it with the world.
Yeah.
Yes,
I have
so
a feeling we
much.
could fill the entire show with this
Yes.
segment.
It's true.
So feel free to email us any of things or put them all on the comments of either Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook.
What annoys you?
Anything that annoys you, we'd love to read your annoyances. We come back, we have a special guest author, and that is Anna. Who is it?
Christine Crockett-Smith, author of 18 Master Values.
So she's going to come in and talk about families and parenting and all that fun stuff. Coming up next on the Lunch Break Show. We are back. Sorry, 1 second. I just got another spicy pocket that just
Still
popped.
there.
There's still that fifth cup of noodles out there. Is anybody gonna go for that?
Who was the last person?
Oh, it wasn't. Technically, it was Matt.
I think contractually I'm obligated to do
Yeah,
that.
Right.
but effectively.
I will heat them up and eat them later. I
Yeah,
promise.
if you haven't
there we go.
had lunch, there you go. Yeah, you're
Or
right.
we all split it and, go for the crying again.
That's
Yeah.
way too fair. That's way too
That's
fair.
right.
Yeah.
We're not about that. Not
Yeah.
here.
So we're joined in studio with special guest Anna. Go ahead and introduce our special guest.
Sure. So we're here with Christine Crocker-Smith, who's the author of 18 Master Values, Be the Parent You Wish You'd Had. I mean, by that title, you definitely want to know more. But go ahead, Christine, and tell us a bit more about your book.
Yeah, you're right. The title gets people who have people I've never met when they find out I'm an author and ask what I've written, and I say, "Be the parent you wish you'd had." People pause, like, "Whoa, that's kind of big." Yeah. So, what are you wanting to know? You want to know what it's about, or why I wrote it? Or?
Well, I think the first sentence kind of gets you a bit puzzled. So it says, "No one should ever write a parenting book." This is the first sentence of a parenting book.
right. And I wrote that because I think it's kind of true. And I go on to say why I wrote that. And it's because every single parent is different. Every single child is different, even within the same family, even within the same parents. Every child is different. And so to presume that I or anyone else can tell you and your partner or anyone else involved how to raise your particular child seems a little crazy. So then why did I write a parenting book? Because I did not have great role models growing up. And that sounds like I'm saying my parents were awful, and I'm not. They just didn't know how to raise children. And no one in my life really was a great role model in doing that really well. So I didn't know what to do or how to do it. So this is the book I wish I had when I was 24 years old and starting to parent my children.
And how you have 3 children.
Yes.
How you as a parent, your first child, you are one person, and then you learn, and then you go and have a different version of yourself when you're raising a second kid and then the third kid. So when you wrote it, you already had 3 kids raised. How was that the collection of the 18 master values? After a while you were thinking, so how do I want to present this situation here?
Good question. Yes, of course you change as an adult person who's parenting children. You're changing over time, and of course each child brings their own personality to the situation, and of course each additional child shifts the dynamic significantly. But this book evolved because I was watching people parent as I was trying to parent well, and I was really, really committed to parenting better than I had been. So I was watching people, and I was watching people dole out these random punishments, whatever it was that they decided to dole out. And I was watching these kids being aggravated and annoyed, like, because it didn't make sense to them. Like, why do I have to put my nose in the corner? Why do I have to give up why can't I watch movies? And I was watching the parents aggravated because it wasn't working. I was watching the kids aggravated because it wasn't working. I was trying to learn what to do. And I read this sentence that said, "Discipline is teaching." And it rocked my world, because what it meant for me, it just resonated. And, at different times in our lives, different things resonate. But for me, it meant, oh my God, that's the answer. That's the answer. If my kids are doing something that I think they shouldn't be doing, my job is to teach them what I do think they should be doing, or how I do think they should be behaving. It's not trying to punish them or control them. It's about, okay, my job, and I knew this inherently, and a lot of parents have never thought of it this way, but my job is to raise good adults. It's not to control these little people. So it became, then what do I want to teach them if I believe that's true? So I just started paying attention and reading and writing and listening and asking questions, and it evolved over 25 years of raising my kids.
Christine, why do you think so many parents fall for that pitfall? Why do you think so many parents think to themselves, well, I just have to, it's a whole lot of yeses and nos and binary kind of approaches to raising a child, as opposed to I need to be teaching them how to make decisions for themselves. Why does that happen?
A fascinating question and fascinating dynamic. And hopefully my book is going to solve everyone's issues on that. Because what I think is a lot of people don't ever put their minds to what kind of a parent do I want to be, and what does that look like, and what does that mean, until they have children.
Right.
And then they're just reacting. this happened and now I got to do this and this and now there's no forethought. And my premise is when you become an adult, no matter what you've been taught earlier by your parents, by your clergy, by your neighbors, by your teachers, no matter what you've been taught, you have a responsibility to step back and take the time to think, wait a minute, what of that they said actually resonates?
Right.
Actually feels like truth. Go find out more about that. What is it that they said that did not land well and feels like BS? And give yourself permission to dismiss that.
So why 18 master values? Why not 20? Why not 10?
That's a great question.
Curious number.
Yes. So as I started writing them, it became 12, it became 15, it became 18. And I started realizing that everything that I kind of learned after that fell under one of them. So I just stopped. But I say very clearly in it, it doesn't have to be your 18. In fact, I go on and there's another chapter where we actually add a few more.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, because whatever yours are, they might not be Anna's or anybody else next to you, but you damn sure better know what they are because that guides your decision making. Not just one thing that's been fascinating as I've been talking about the book is I wrote it as a parenting book.
Yeah.
But every single person who reads it says it's more like a life book. It's more like whether you're a parent or not, or whether your children are grown, so you're not parenting now.
Mm-hmm.
It's still really important to step back and have that conversation, not just with yourself, but with your partner. What are my values?
That's great. So do you go around and like speak to parents directly, or do you do like conferences? Like, how do you get the word out to people about like your services? Do you do like consulting?
The book is new. Yes, I parent coach one-on-one with parents, and then the book is new. It just came out, and I'm actually speaking at Interrobang Books this Saturday,
Great.
April 14th at 7 o'clock, and we'll be doing a lot more of that. And also workshops. We'll be gathering people in groups because the conversation right now is really relevant about how electronics are separating us and how we have to build community. And when you're parenting, you have to have community. So bringing people together to talk the same language is important, I think.
So how do people stay in touch with what you have going on and where you're going to be and where they can get your book? Where do you send them?
18mastervalues.com.
And then are you on like Line? Do you have like Facebook and all that kind of stuff as well?
Those are getting ready to be up and going. But yes, you can find me on Facebook at ChristineCrockettSmith.com right now.
Perfect. Well, your book sounds amazing.
Thank you.
I'm going to try to get a sneak peek of it before you take off. Thanks for coming on today. I appreciate your time, and hope you have the best luck with this. And I look forward to hearing about you and as you grow and progress.
Thank you. And thank
problem.
you guys. I think what you're doing is amazing.
Thanks. Likewise.
When we come back, we have a story about Matt not showing his master values and getting into a conversation with a friend over MMA. So the SmackDown begins. We'll be back after this from the Lunch Break Show. And we are back. How's it going, everyone? So we're today's show. If you're just now jumping in, you're gonna catch us at moments like touching our lips or trying to get feeling back in our mouths. We did the half spicy noodle challenge. It was the spicy noodle, the hot part of it, but we didn't do the 6 packets that people do because that's just too much food.
No, now it's been a few minutes. How are we all feeling?
I feel fine.
Yeah.
I had that one little like hot packet, like kind of like thing in the back, blow up, but.
Yeah.
Now
I got a funny rumbling in the tummy, but that's just me. I didn't know that. Yeah.
See, that's the other part of the challenge.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, good thing we're close to the restrooms, everybody.
Yeah,
Clear
that,
path.
yes.
And milk.
I can still feel it on my lips a little bit.
Yes.
A tingling more. It's not uncomfortable anymore, but I know something. I did something bad to myself.
Right.
And it's still hanging around there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
yes, that.
Yeah. So.
Totally.
So that was the first part of the show today. So we've been kind of wheels off trying to catch our balance since then.
No, it's been good. I think that was the right decision, though, to do it first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to kick things off strong.
Yeah, a lot of people said we should at the end. No, I'm glad we did it here.
Yeah,
it was good. Yeah.
So we're talking now about Matt. Matt had a situation over
talk
the
more about me,
weekend.
please.
Yes.
That's right.
Over the weekend where he got into, I'll say, an altercation.
That may be a strong
altercation.
A verbal altercation.
A discussion. A discussion was had.
Sure.
Yeah. Last night I went and watched the wrestling. WrestleMania was last night.
The wrestling.
The professional wrestling.
Sure.
And one of the hot topics was so part of what was going on last night was Ronda Rousey was making her debut. Ronda Rousey, a very famous female MMA fighter.
Yeah.
And Dana White, owner of the UFC, was there cheering her on. So there was this discussion. Naturally, there were a couple people there who watched a little bit more MMA than they did professional wrestling.
Right.
And so there was this discussion going back and forth about, the merits of either. And I brought up the fact that, in case no one has been paying attention, there was a very well-known fighter last week who got arrested because he assaulted a bus full of other fighters.
Right. That fighter's name is?
That fighter's name is Conor McGregor. He got very famous by fighting Floyd Mayweather last year.
Right.
Very big payday for Conor McGregor.
Big Irishman. Yeah. Lots of that.
I love that visual.
So
that's how whatever.
Not to belabor the point.
I don't watch UFC.
He was not fighting in this upcoming pay-per-view, but he had some teammates that were, and he rolls up with a crew, and there's a bunch of fighters on this bus, and he starts throwing throwing the metal barricades that you see to control a crowd.
Sure.
He starts tossing them at the bus, right? He's picking them up, throwing them at the bus, yelling at people, getting into fights, breaks a window on the bus. I think a couple of people got cut by glass.
Right.
I mean, this was a whole thing.
5 stars in GTA.
Yeah. Absolutely. Immediate 5 stars.
Cops are on the way.
Level up.
Yeah.
So I was saying, okay, you saw that happen. That's professional wrestling. I was like, that's fake. That is not, I mean, obviously what he did was real, but you cannot tell me that that's not a setup. And this other person was very aggravated by the fact that I would suggest that anything with MMA had anything to do with professional wrestling. I said, that's classic. That's classic. The backstage brawl is a classic professional wrestling staple. And sure enough, what happened? He has a very public perp walk. They walk him out. There's no need to do that, but they walk him out. They have him in handcuffs. He shows up at the event. I mean, and he relinquishes his title, which he was going to have to do anyway,
right?
Because he was injured. So, this other person was very agitated at the fact that I was comparing anything with MMA to professional wrestling. I was like, if you pay attention, a lot of sports do a lot of stuff like this that is very much. There's a reason why a lot of athletes are professional wrestling fans.
Right. So to quickly sum it up, the whole Conor McGregor getting arrested thing is fake.
I think it's 100% a setup.
That's your claim.
I think it's 100% setup.
Josh, what do you think?
I think him getting arrested is real because he went to he was in court.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he knew he was going to get arrested.
Yeah, it's because that's one of those deals. They don't go, okay, judge, here's the deal. We're going to make a mockery of the court system. No, but I do think that hey, either one or the other. Either hey, you may have to go to jail. We'll cover your costs, whatever it is. Gives you some street cred. Don't worry about that part of it.
Again, he was going to have to relinquish his title anyway. Yeah. He was leaving. He could not fight. So
I think it was either,
how do you do it?
I think it was either planned either after the altercation happened. Hey, you know what? We already have this gold mine. Let's exploit it. Or the whole thing was planned. But I believe what you're talking about, what happened last night at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I think no.
Well, we were watching the event last night.
Yeah,
at
the event. Yeah. I think what happened there, that was totally planned because you know what his face looks like. So any security team that allowed him to get that far into the arena should not be allowed to be a security team.
Right.
So I think that portion of it is obviously fake.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, again, going back to wrestling, whenever that someone needs to take some time off, what happens? They get injured or they get arrested or they get fired. Yeah. And so, like, this is 100% a playbook, and I was dumbfounded that somebody out there was just like, no, there's no way my pure sport could not be tainted by any of this shenanigans. And I was like, no, dude, it's fake. It's a work 100%.
People like to believe that UFC is more legitimate. Because it seems like it's actual fights. And I'm not arguing whether or not that's a real fight. But yeah, just like any form of entertainment ever, some of it's staged.
They play it
has to be.
They play it up.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
There may not be a sporting event that doesn't have some fakery to it any longer. Because think about baseball with steroids, Barry Bonds, all those guys, you know, football, the same stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you look at boxing, guys that take dives, guys that, you know, don't fight, people who could actually beat them. There's all of that. Whenever you put money, when money's involved, that changes the dynamics of it. It's no longer, you're not competing in the sport for the love of the sport. It's now a business.
Right.
And so once you add that element to it, then it's just all kind of wheels are off.
And I think something that people discount, at least in regards to Conor McGregor, I think a lot of people think that like his rough and gruff persona is like a little bit of an act, and that in reality he's like not that way.
Yeah.
I don't think people act super rough and tough all the time, and then like they're total sweethearts in reality. Like there's a little bit of truth to that. There's a little bit of that, and because of that, it's easy to be misled and think, oh, that's totally him. He would totally do that. He's a big tough guy. I don't know though. I'm on the fence about it, I guess.
Yeah, I think with any good character, it's who you are turned up to 11.
Exactly.
I think that's what goes on.
Because you don't agree to be that guy if you're not like some party that goes, oh, that'd be
I want to be that guy.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Like you know. So anyway. As always, a phenomenal show ending.
So varied, eclectic.
It's true.
Very
Eclectic. Word of the day.
So don't forget on Wednesday, we do actually have food coming in. So this is a hot teaser for you on Wednesday.
I'm ready.
We have food coming in.
More hot ramen.
From a grilled cheese, I want to say iconic. An iconic grilled cheese place? Sure. An iconic grilled cheese place.
Sure.
Norma's is coming in on Wednesday.
Very excited
to help us celebrate the future, or on Thursday, which is National Grilled Cheese Day. So more fun stuff in the future for the Real News.
You guys want to hear the hot
Lunch Break
ramen
show?
audio again?
Please, one last time.
One more time.
It'd be a shame to only play that once, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah. Okay.
So bad. This is so bad. Why did I do this? How did you do it? I mean, this is very hot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so spicy. I think me and the toilet are gonna have to talk after this.
I appreciate the gong sound effect. You had to toss it in there.
all
Might
of
be
that
my
was-
favorite part.
Yeah. Well, and that's the deal. When my wife bought the packages, because we actually couldn't find any at Walmart. We tried to go and they didn't have it. We had to go to H Mart, which is the Asian grocery store.
Yeah.
We had to find it there, and the guy behind the counter goes, "Do you know what's in this?" And if you see the packaging, there's no English except for "Do not microwave."
Yeah.
There's no English on the packaging.
It says
So-
hot.
Yeah,
It does say
hot's
hot.
there. Yeah, but
Is hello
outside
in
of that, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we were looking, and she's like, "I have no idea what's in this." So there was that sort of fear.
Yeah.
Component.
There are peppers, and again, this chicken is holding some sort of explosive device. So I think that it communicates its message relatively well.
For the challenge, could you eat 6 packets of that?
Yes,
I think I could too. I think I'd be miserable at the end, but I think I could do it.
I think Anna could not.
I had like half a cup, and that was like what, a quarter of what we had.
It's true.
Oh my god, yeah.
I think
no.
Anna was on the verge of tears for a second.
Oh, I cried.
Yeah,
I
okay.
cried.
Okay, well,
but
good.
we all cried.
Anna did
Come
great.
on.
Yeah.
If we had a round of applause effect, I'd say let's. Do we have
don't-
one?
No, we don't have one.
No.
Well, let's just do it ourselves.
I think
Right. Yeah. Let's. One for Anna. There we go.
Thanks,
Pour
guys.
one out.
I think pain-wise I could do it, but I don't think I could consume
It's a lot.
that many
Yeah,
noodles.
it's a
Like I'm
volume
already
issue.
kind of feeling a little full. Like I'm all right with just the cup. I don't think I could eat that many noodles.
Yeah.
So
Well,
there you go. Join us again on Wednesday. We'd love your feedback, your comments. If you have anything that you want to share, any topic ideas you want to toss out there, we'd be more than happy to hear what you have to say and answer back on the Lunch Break Show. I am Josh with Zach Lewis, Matt Stoker, and Anna Xavier saying have a phenomenal rest of your Monday.